Hey, what is up, my wonderful people? Karma here, back at it again with another Infinite Warfare video. Today we'll be going over the Mark II variants and whether or not they're actually worth equipping, or spending your cash on supply drops to try to get one, which I really wouldn't recommend spending real money on this game either way, but that's just me. This wasn't requested, but rather inspired by one of my great subbers, so to you, sir, I say thank you. We were actually chatting about him loving a particular variant of the Evo, and putting it aside so he can use a Mark II variant so he can rank up faster, so we will come back to that. But for right now, I was able to acquire a few Mark II variants and I have used them, and I must say my reactions are a roller coaster of emotions, so let's just check it out right now. So there are many things out there in the world that give you 15% increase or decrease. You got car insurance, clothing, candy, and even weird facts. But when we look at the Mark II weapons in Infinite Warfare, what does our 50% extra really mean? With the Mark II weapons, they look really sweet, right? They got cool colors, squiggly designs on them, so pretty cool. But are they really worth equipping? What I mean is for getting your gun you're comfortable with and decent with and use all the time, to use a gun you don't really enjoy, but you did get the Mark II variant of it, and you do want that extra 15% increase in your score per kill, so you're just going to use that gun, right? Now, for me so far, all I've really been rewarded by the wonderful people of Activision are the Type 2 variants, and in fact, I got both commons and one rare. A common Frantic, a common Double Fist, and a rare Impulse. Which, when I got my first one of the common Double Fist, I was super excited because I really don't get anything good in supply drops for me in this game, so that's very rare, and I'm going to get that extra 15%. Now, there's only one problem. I don't really use the Type 2 that often, because I believe it's a hit marker machine at medium range and close range. It's a 50-50 chance of winning or getting beat by another gun. Now, I know the Type 2 is a good weapon, and I still will use it from time to time, but needless to say, it's not my weapon of choice when I'm playing casually. But at that point in time, I really didn't care that I like it that much because I wanted that extra 15% per kill. So I got started and tried to get as many kills as I possibly could in Team Deathmatch, and after getting so many kills per game, I started to notice there really wasn't a significant difference for me using a non-MK2 variant at the end of the game when I could see the final score. Then it hit me. It's only 15% per kill, not per score. 15% per score at the end of the game, if you used the weapon the whole game, would be badass, but in fact, it is per kill. So what does that mean, you might ask? Well, I am no rocket scientist, and I would say a B+ student when it comes to math, but let's just figure this out. So if you play Team Deathmatch, it's 100 points per kill, right? So if you take 100 and multiply it by the 15%, you will get 15. So basically, you will get 115 points per kill. I say again,
just 15 extra points per kill.
Okay, let's get a scenario going. Let's say you have an awesome game Team Deathmatch and you go, I don't know, 50-0. And luckily, you had on the Mark II variant. This is going to be a sad part, or potentially could be the sad part, depending how you look and feel at each score per game. Unfortunately, you will most likely be disappointed because it's only going to be an extra 750 points. Now, before you go and say that's a lot extra, well, that's after 50 kills. So if you guys really think about it, 15% really isn't that much in reality, considering most people don't even get close to that many kills per game. More like 10 to 30, which, if you do the math on that, it's only going to be an extra 150 to 450 extra points. And if you're using a variant you don't like, but only are using it because it's a Mark II variant, you might end up paying a bigger price in your KD because you might actually get destroyed with just a little bit of a reward in return. And it's going to be even worse in Domination because it's only going to be 50 points per kill in Domination. So if you do the math on that, it's only going to be an extra 7.5 points per kill. So you will ultimately get 57.5 points per kill. So let's go with the Domination scenario. Let's say you get a not so bad 28 kills in Domination. That would mean you would have a whopping 210 points extra. Again, if you're not decent with that weapon, don't get destroyed. That's not a good thing. So Mark II variants don't really seem worth it at all in my opinion. And what I'm trying to say is don't use the Mark II variant until you get it of your gun of choice, or at least a gun you're decent with. And don't go crazy spending real money on supply drops to get a Mark II variant because again, I really wouldn't spend real money on this game period anyway, but it's not worth it to try to get a Mark II variant. Okay, that's going to do it for me, and I hope I could provide you guys with some sort of insight on the Mark II variants with that great 15% when you get them. If you enjoyed, you guys know what to do with that like button and sub a dub to see more Infinite Warfare videos, aka subscribe. Until next time, guys, I say goodbye and good luck.